Hi, my name is Riley, and today I'll be talking about the advantages of genetically modified foods and organisms. So, throughout history, countries have struggled with famine. That's just a common thing. Some countries it was because of pests that would eat their crops, some it was a fungus, some it could be corn weevils, anything really. But one example of this happening was the Irish potato famine of 1845. This famine nearly crippled Ireland. It was horrific. It was caused by fungus there, and it took out most of their potatoes, and they relied on potatoes heavily for carbohydrates. But caused a mass amount of refugees to come to America and flee to other countries too. But it could have been avoided with genetically modified foods. Alright, so what are genetically modified foods? Genetically modified foods are foods that have been, or crops that have been genetically modified, meaning that their DNA has been altered to produce a certain trait, like such as BT corn. It was one of the first things to be genetically modified, and scientists genetically modified the corn where it would produce the BT pesticide, where farmers wouldn't have to buy it, and it almost eliminated the need for BT pesticide. But it was amazing for its time. Okay, so protection from pests and other harmful variables. So corn, like I was saying, they had the BT corn. It was made in the late 1980s, and it was genetically modified to produce the pesticide Bacillus thuringiensis, or BT for short. And it eliminated the need for that pesticide after it was created and overall increased the efficiency of the corn since these corn weevils were no longer eating the corn. So tobacco is another crop that has been genetically modified, and it was genetically modified so that it would produce two known antibiotics, neomycin and kanamycin, and this allowed for the crop to fight off the bacteria that kept eating at it. And another crop that was genetically modified would be the papaya, and the papaya in Hawaii, which is where they grow some of them. There was a ring spot virus outbreak in papaya, and it almost devastated the crop until some people genetically modified the crop where it was resistant to said ring spot virus. So, increases in overall efficiency and nutrients of crops. So, the tomatoes, they have been genetically modified, some of them, and scientists have altered the gene LEMYC2 in the tomatoes, and this is to make the tomato bigger, make it look more red, right? Basically what you would want in a tomato. So it can, and they've also been genetically modified to increase the nutrients in it, and one particular tomato has been genetically modified where it contains the same amount of resveratrol as 50 bottles of wine, which resveratrol is the thing in wine that they say is healthy for your heart. And they've also added an amount of genistein, which is found in soybeans and is thought to have helpful benefits. Okay, so another thing is this rice. It's actually the golden rice is what they call it. That's it compared to normal rice, but it's been genetically modified to have more vitamin A in it, and vitamin A is, most people don't really get that in their normal day-to-day diet. So, yeah. And the dangers of alternatives to GMOs. So there are two alternatives to GMOs, pesticides and crossbreeding. Now, pesticides, there have been countless studies linking it to cancer, Alzheimer's disease, and even birth defects. And pesticides have always been thought to be harmful to humans. But genetically modified foods have only thought to be harmful to humans. There's no actual proof for it. Also, crossbreeding crops. These are actually crossbred peppers, but it's similar to crossbreeding any animal. You never know what you're going to get until after the animal has already been born, and in this case, after the plant's already sprouted. And there are numerous traits that it could do. Like the Carolina Reaper, it's a pepper used in actual pepper spray, and it was made by crossbreeding two sweet peppers that they weren't at all spicy. It was made by crossbreeding those two, and it created a pepper that was so spicy that they use it for pepper spray. So if you crossbreed two plants, it could cause a mutation to happen and make the resulting plant poisonous, and it could really mess some people up. So why are GMOs not accepted? So the first and most important thing about this is mass hysteria. That's the reason why. And mass hysteria is a condition affecting a group of persons characterized by excitement or anxiety, irrational behavior or beliefs, or inexplicable symptoms of the illness. It caused public backlash, this BT corn caused public backlash simply because it was new. People were told by news sources that it wasn't good for you, and it's because those news sources were feeding on those people's fear of that new thing to just, yeah. And in the Salem witch trials, this is the most famous example of mass hysteria. The witches they actually weren't witches, they were just persecuted because people thought they were, just that people's fear incited tens of people to be killed. And the coronavirus is the most recent example of mass hysteria. This is actually a map of the coronavirus cases, but what that map doesn't really tell you is that the flu has killed more people in some of its highest years than the coronavirus has ever killed. And that's still, to this day, the flu has been more deadly. Okay, so GMOs. As innovation begins to occur, people have two choices. They can embrace these innovations and keep going with society, keep going to the future, or they can reject them and stay where we are, stay stagnant, stay in this time period. And genetically modified foods can help us get one step closer to that utopia that everyone wants. It could, with genetically engineered foods, the world could eliminate famine. We could prevent Irish potato famine from ever happening and make any famine that was going to happen just history. And to say that it needs more studies, which some have said, is It doesn't. It's been studied before. People have been eating for example, the genetically modified papaya. People have been eating that for years, and nothing has been wrong with the papaya. So, hope you liked my presentation. So, see ya. My opinion about this topic did not change throughout my research. It actually strengthened my opinion on GMO foods, and I feel like I know a lot more about it now than I did before I started this project. I haven't really learned anything that would surprise me going through this project. Like, I already knew that GMO foods probably weren't that harmful for you because, all those news stories like stating it and the ads like saying that we do non-GMO foods. I knew that those were kind of misleading, so I didn't really learn anything new other than like specific facts about it, like the BT corn and the papaya. But yeah, that's my presentation. So see ya.